y'all, man. We got Loki trailer, man, breakdown, Easter egg details you missed, man. And I know I missed a lot. I mean, I saw a little, I paused it some way, some scenes that I saw, man. Like the one was on the Finny Ward, man. He escaped the time travel stuff like that. I saw that, but some stuff, I probably missed though. You know what I mean? But yeah, but right to it, man. Leave a like, man. To my channel, hit the bell if you're new. Any songs and questions, man, let me know in the comments, y'all, man. And yeah, man, hey, let's check it out, man. Let's check out Loki trailer, man. Easter eggs, man. And hey, I'm gonna see what I missed. And yeah, let's get it.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss. A new Loki trailer is here, and as a Marvel Timeline psycho who has spent half his timeline in DMVs, I'm low-key losing my shit over this show. So I'm gonna break down all the Easter eggs and visual clues I found to try to solve this Rubik's Cube of a series. Here we go.
Loki never died though. Loki never died, man. That's all I have to say. Loki, boy, that dude. He died and still alive somehow.
Loki is detained by the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, Marvel's time and
he got the Q. I ain't even see that shit.
P15, played by Wunmi Mosaku, who appears later in the trailer with a machete in a setting that looks similar, at least, to the blue carved surfaces of Jotunheim, home of the Frost Giants, which, if you think about it, 2012 Loki, as the son of Frost Giant WOLFIE, might have teleported to. Definitely rather than a place like Asgard, which he had just failed to steal the throne of. And notice how B-15's holding the Tesseract, so this is shortly after.
Yeah, I was saying it's short. This is basically after when he went to the thing, he warped into somewhere and then they got him. So this is like in the Finny War stage. This was this at right here.
Loki's escape in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Oh, Endgame. I keep saying Finny War, Endgame.
And fled into this new branch time.
That's what I'm saying. So this is like doing the Endgame shit.
In which he
the time.
In Infinity War, but also he never grew his relationship with Thor in the Dark World or in Thor Ragnarok. So that's the Loki we're dealing with here. Still kind of an asshole. I guess he's always.
Yeah. I'm about to say he always an asshole. Even though he's trying to be good, or not trying to be, but they want to be good. He's still an asshole. Yeah.
So that's why we love him. But listen closely.
Yeah, I fuck him though. But he an asshole though.
Got a little ding on the end there, kind of like an elevator arriving on a floor. The December trailer showed a TVA elevator with its bizarrely labeled buttons, which could represent how these TVA agents are moving through these different points. But before we get to that,
time travel
shit. OCD torture, sometimes lining up as circles, sometimes arranged as waves, sometimes butt to butt to butt to butt. Pick a lane, tiles! This orange nightmare is already an apt metaphor for this show, with its own color palette of like seafoam and tan and orange, all in this overcomplicated Rubik's Cube configuration that just by sliding and twisting a bit would all line up perfectly.
That's some good add-on.
That's what Loki is. And we see this concept as well with the Loki title card with its switching.
Yeah, they switching it, yeah.
Some of which, if you were to put some effort into it, could match up in a way so that they're all wooden or all emerald. But like Loki, they are a kind of shapeshifter, impossible.
Yeah, that's why they did that, because he could shapeshift, people, animal, dog, whatever,
At this check-in desk in the TVA is a Skrull in a tracksuit.
I ain't not see that. Though, man. See, hey, I miss some shit too. Let me know in the comments y'all miss some shit too, cause I ain't miss a lot. You know what I'm saying? I paused some certain shit I seen, but I ain't not seen that though. I ain't not seen that shit.
So in addition to Skrull showing up in Spider-Man Far From Home and in WandaVision, another Skrull is a time fugitive. Now, I don't think this Skrull is any important Skrull, like that missing fourth Skrull on Earth who got away in Captain Marvel. This could just be Marvel's way of planting Skrulls everywhere in the universe to set up the Secret Invasion series, which I think is going to come next year. And we get this slightly wider shot of TVA HQ. Actually, on the bottom right and on the bottom left, you can see TVA archives, because the TVA, as we see in the trailer, is way bigger and way more elaborate. It's actually beautiful. But these floors in particular are where they keep all their records. Actually, in those elevators, you can see not people, but stacks of boxes that these archivists
I ain't see that.
Florida pass paperwork around. And then, of course, these three huge statues. These are the timekeepers. Actually, more on them in the next section.
Yeah, I was wondering like what it was 3 years though, but the timekeepers.
The timekeepers have built quite the circus.
Well, he did say timekeepers too.
And I see the clowns are playing their parts to perfection.
Big metaphor guy. I love it. Makes you sound super smart.
I am smart.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
He said, makes you sound smart. I am smart. He said, okay. Okay. That makes you sound smart. Okay.
Okay, here Loki actually mentions the Timekeepers by name. Now, the Timekeepers are the three figures enshrined all over the TVA, in the archives room, in the courtroom, in the judges.
Yeah, like he like Loki all over the place in the building. Okay.
In the comics, the Timekeepers were created by someone known as He Who Remains, the final TVA agent at the end of all time. He created them in order to teach the next universal cycle how to avoid the errors of the past. Also kind of as living batteries that store chronal energy that TVA retirees use. It's fun and ridiculous. But here in the courtroom, the center Timekeeper's head looks a little similar to Kang the Conqueror, who will be coming in the MCU, played by Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, I heard about that. Ant-3.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Kang is a time-traveling villain and really public enemy #1 of the TVA. Like, where the TVA comes into the Marvel world, Kang is there. Kang has multiple iterations of himself in a dynasty across multiple timelines, building a time empire that he calls Chronopolis, which I've actually theorized could be that hidden city in the quantum realm. And I'm thinking in the MCU, Kang may actually be a former Timekeeper. Now, these golden doors are covered in hourglass shapes, and this is probably the TVA logo. It's in the crest that you can see in the courtroom wall and on the bullpen floor. It's a shield with laurels. Actually, to the left, the VA letters are really inverted mirror shapes of each other, so if you were to stack them top to top, it would form that hourglass. Now, to the right of the mural are the Timekeepers again, and above the words "for all time, always," which could be the agency motto.
He good at this, folks. I will not know if this is this or this is this or this is that. I will not know, folks. But hey, my boy doing, he going crazy. Cause I would not know is that on there. I ain't know that was on there. I ain't know that. You feel me? Let me know if y'all know that is all this stuff was on there. Like I learned some, I know some shit, but not all this stuff. You know what I mean? Not all this shit.
Now,
Let's
Loki
just say
is
this
brought
was
before
something.
Time Court 3. Gugu Mbatha Raw's character reported to be Judge Ravonna Renslayer, an object of affection of Kang the Conqueror, who once tried to annex her home as part of his time empire. And fittingly, notice this, her head is positioned directly in the lips of that Timekeeper. I think it looks a lot like Kang. Now, this courtroom has murals of chrono monitors, both the cops and the clerks and the civil servants. One of those is Owen Wilson's character, sitting behind them, named Mobius M. Mobius, a word that we have heard in Endgame when Tony Stark cracked the code for time travel.
This time in the shape of a Mobius strip, inverted, please.
Then a classic D&D style room with pointless empty stanchions. Like, if no one's in line, why do you gotta set them up and make me weave through all of them? Another detainee is comedian Josh Fadum, who, with his hair, does look a bit similar to Loki, maybe even an alternate version of him. A couple posters in the back of this room. One shows an eye, but then the other one shows this orange cartoon clock stomping on another clock, warning, behave or you'll get your clock cleaned. This little shows up later on the TV screens, and that is his face at the bottom of the elevator buttons. I assume he is kind of a TVA mascot. A symbol, a maddening little orange nightmare in Loki's otherwise green and golden world. In the 2-5 Time Theater, it's another orange nightmare that haunts Loki, a projector that shows Loki's endgame escape. In the past trailer, his defeat by the Avengers and "your savior is here" moment in Ragnarok, and based on Loki's uncomfortable cringe, his death in Infinity War, the way his life should have played out in an alternate history, the history we've known. Next clip.
You know what I'm saying? He died, but he didn't die. He died, but he didn't die. He died on that world, but the other world, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of complicated, but yeah.
Whoa, you've got on $68 shorts. Fabletics Men wants to learn how we can make our new fundamental short a little...
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
This is absurd.
Sign this too.
Sign it too.
Okay, this TVA transcriber has a cat who's also on his mug, but notice how it sees Loki. Could this creature actually be a flurkin? I mean, it's more likely for a TVA agent to have a flurkin than an Earth cat. And when Loki doesn't comply, it could open its jaws of terror. Behind this guy is a clock with an insane number of hands, of course. All of Loki's spoken words print out on a dot matrix printer with paper hanging from above like toilet paper. You'd think there'd be way more for someone like Loki who's over 1,000 years old, but hey, maybe they're just setting up a joke. Like, oh, this is just what you've said this week. And the printout lists Loki as variant L1130, which must be the TVA designation for this variant Loki, because remember, the Prime MCU Loki is a corpse floating somewhere in space.
Yeah, he adios. You feel me? This Loki right here is for the end game. Well, not end game, but the first Avengers. You know what I'm saying? This is a Loki right here though. First Avengers. So yeah, Loki we saw is dead. He floating, like he said, he gone, adios. But the Loki right there is for the first Avengers that came out in 20-something. So yeah.
Like all those letters in its title logo. The paperwork also lists time status TVA 001-52783, and 52783.02 is the time code for This Is Absurd. And Mobius told us in the last trailer that time works differently here, so maybe that 5-digit number is the increment of time all of this is happening in. On to the next clip.
We protect the proper flow of time. You picked up the Tesseract breaking reality. I want you to help us fix it.
Okay, here in the Chronomonitor bullpen is a screen showing the time stream, which Mobius calls the proper flow of time, that now splits into
So it was straight and now it's split because he fucked it up. Okay.
Thanks to Loki's moving
he fucked.
Mobius's words echo how the Ancient One described it.
Yeah, I was about to say that shit too.
It's using a similar visual in Endgame.
Yeah, she was like, if you fucked it up, it turned black or some shit.
The Infinity Stones create what you experience as the flow of time.
Yeah, same situation.
And that flow splits.
Now, the Avengers did all kinds of meddling to the flow of time in Endgame, but presumably off-screen, Captain America returned all the stones from where they were taken. But the one Infinity Stone created branch he would have been unable to restore was Loki escaping with the Space Stone in the Tesseract. Other screens show the orange demon clock trapped in the bars of a Coca clock, monitors labeled A12, A10, maybe referring to different timelines that are frozen in stasis until they can sort all this out. Interesting how from the timeline there's the branch in the middle extending out the furthest. It's probably for Loki's escape in Endgame, but there are other branches that branch out after this in the timeline, but also before this in the timeline.
Yeah,
that means Loki's variants caused future time disturbances, but also caused some in the past behind it, which means that some of those future events must have looped back to the past behind Loki, causing disruptions there. Maybe a clue that Loki inadvertently led to a future time villain like Kang, disrupting things at all points in history. And notice how on this grid, parallel lines depict the deviation from that it would be safe for those lines to skew, with the red lines on either side signaling the danger zone that these broken branch histories should not cross. Moving on.
I need your unique Loki perspective.
Do I get a weapon?
Yeah.
You really believe in this Loki variant?
I just started delivering for DoorDash, and I absolutely love it. I was looking for extra ways to make some cash.
Clever wordplay from Mobius there. Unique low-key perspective. So why do they need Loki? Well, notice how Loki addresses them.
That's what I was saying too, like why need Loki then?
Makes it sound like he's been long aware the TVA exists. And he is a sorcerer. He's actually the wizard that Falcon just referenced. So that might make him more immune to
he said top 3.
The Chronomonitors are armed with batons, which I compared to the sorcerer's staff of the Living Tribunal. They don't really look it, but this whole agency are essentially wizards like Loki. Well, according to Sam Wilson, when they're not wearing hats, they're sorcerers.
Think about it.
But before we continue, special thanks to Exter, the world's largest smartphone wallet brand, for sponsoring this video. Exter designs the smartest wallets in the world, which you can track with their solar-powered tracker worldwide. So whether you dropped your wallet while swinging from webs around New York, or if it just slipped between your couch cushions, your tracker will help you find it instantly. It's voice-activated and solar-powered, so 2 hours of sunshine give it a 3-month charge. So I'm just gonna slip the tracker in my wallet, download the Chipolo app on your phone, and then you can ring your wallet from your phone, or you can ring your phone from your wallet. Here we go. Uh-oh, where did I put my phone? Just gonna tap this button while covering my street address so you can't stalk me. And I hear an amazing arcade style little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. How does this get over there in Darla's mouth? You silly little doggy. Ekster's slim profile wallets are awesome. They're made of premium leather. They have RFID protection, and you can use this little button to fan out your cards. Wow. So no more pawing through an overstuffed grandpa wallet. It's also thin enough to not leave an unsightly lump in your spandex spider suit. Or your jeans, I guess. So check out these wallets with the link below and earn an additional discount with our code Ekster.com/newrockstars. So Loki suits up with this jacket with the TVA crest and variant on the back, making it clear that he is a timeline displaced detainee forced to help them on this case. But what is this case? What are they doing? Where are they going? Who are they chasing? Well, first we see them entering what looks like a Ren fair. You can actually see a booth for festival maps. Presumably the TVA agents are invisible to the locals as they do their investigating. Their investigation might have just led them here because there's someone legitimately from Renaissance era England who is here and just blending in. Everyone assumes they're just really into character. But they also swarm this Roxcart store. It's spelled with 2 X's like the Roxxon Corporation that has shown up in the MCU. It's an energy conglomerate that now in this timeline might have expanded into retail, like, you know, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who's trying to take over the world and make it so no one can unionize. And notice these school buses. We know from set photos, these have Roxcart Evacuation Shuttle written on them. Evacuation, huh? So it is storming really hard. It looks like we're in the midst of a hurricane or a tornado. Maybe a deadly storm was about to destroy the shopping center, and the time bandit they were chasing was here right before it was destroyed, doing something important. And the TVA knows this, and now they're trying to close in on them in a kind of temporal pincer maneuver. I mean, hey, we also know that Loki visits Pompeii. Maybe there's something to natural disasters destroying things. So who is that time bandit? Well, there's this hooded figure fighting chrono monitors at those golden doors in this Roxcart store from security screens. This is Sophia DiMartino's character, still unknown, but believed to be either Lady Loki, who is an alternate female form of Loki in the comics after the Ragnarok event when his soul detaches from his body and possesses a new female form. Some are saying it could also be Enchantress Sylvie Lushton. But the way they keep referring to Loki as a variant to the norm, I think the various Lokis we see in this footage, from President Loki to DB Cooper Loki, could all be alternate timeline variants. And DiMartino could be a Lady Loki from yet another timeline.
Yeah,
the most dangerous of the Lokis, wreaking havoc across the time stream, and now the TVA needs our Loki to stop the worst of them. Next clip.
Luckily, he believes in himself enough for the both of us.
Why? It is adorable that you think you could possibly manipulate me.
Okay, Loki appears in the ruins of New York City. You can see Avengers Tower behind
him. Yeah, I say that as well. Like, they gotta be Avengers Tower. I'm right, you know what I'm saying? I you know, I peep shit too. You feel me? You know, I peep shit too. You know what I'm saying? No cappity cap. Yeah, no cap.
I believe to be the aftermath of a timeline in which Loki was victorious in the Battle of New York. We know the show is revisiting the events of that Avengers 2012 film
in New York,
because the December trailer showed Loki once again with the scepter in front of a specific mirror that was in Tony Stark's penthouse at the top of that tower in that film. So I know Endgame already kind of did this, but we could be looking at like a double layer time heist. The Avengers revisiting this battle in Endgame, Snoop in the background saluting America's ass, and behind them, Loki from this Disney Plus series saluting Asgard's ass. So this could be the timeline in which that victorious Loki runs for president, which is looking like a nod to the 2016 Vote for Loki comic. And now our Loki has to face the forces of the smuggest version of himself. Like, we know there are 2 Lokis in this setting because footage shows the TVA suited Loki. And that King Loki is talking to someone when he said...
So they basically trying to stop all these Lokis, pretty much what's going on in the show, pretty much.
What did you expect?
Yeah, I don't think he's breaking the fourth wall there. He's talking to Loki 1130. Then DiMartino's hooded character drags an unconscious chrono monitor to that time portal. This looks like actress Sasha Lane, C20, who shows up later fighting another chrono monitor while holding a jousting pole. So this is likely that Ren Fair setting, and that could be the reason the TVA went there. Next clip.
I'm 10 steps ahead of you.
You're not big on trust, are you?
All right, here an apocalyptic setting showing a shattered moon crashing into a planet's surface, spewing down meteors upon what looks like a camp with these orange tents, maybe a kind of work camp or a mining camp, and a trailer shack marked with the number 21. In other shots, Loki finds DiMartino's character here and has a moment with her. And no, for the millionth time, this character is not Natasha Romanoff on Vormir from Endgame. No, it's DiMartino's character. I don't know why people keep saying that.
I'm about to say it looked like her though.
I am wondering if this is the end of all
It looked
time.
like her though.
A universe
Right,
where the
okay.
rules of gravity no longer apply and planets and moons are just crashing into each other. The only one left is DiMartino. She who remains. And she could be the one who has the future connection with the Timekeepers and thus with Kang. Then we see Loki on this golden throne, which at first glance just looks like the throne of Asgard, but this is not exactly the throne of Asgard. It's been altered. Its curved points at the top show golden swans in place of where Odin's ravens would perch, and from the armrests look like snakes. Loki has a history with snakes.
There was one time when we were children, he transformed himself into a snake, and he knows that I love snakes. So I went to pick up the snake to admire it, and he transformed back into himself, and he was like, yeah, it's me, and he stabbed me.
And a deleted scene in the first Thor film.
Damn.
But one of the coolest looking settings is this fortress with streaks cracked into it. Like the whole thing was a pane of glass that splintered. Loki has a sword strapped to his back, and later DiMartino's character does some cool moves in this location. It looks like a library with a fireplace. I am wondering if this could be Kang's lair in temporal limbo, where the final Kang, Kang Prime, sits alone at the end of all time, feeding off all the paradoxes that other Kangs have created for him. Then more shots in President Loki's lair, which contains the mythical real-world Polybius arcade game. I went into that in my past trailer breakdown. Like the whole DB Cooper thing, it's one of the urban myths that this show is saying Loki was behind. And Loki uses green sorcery in an attack. The first time we've seen his magic used like this, it's similar to the color Wiggly Woo energy blast used by Wanda Maximoff and Agatha Harkness. Another reminder.
That movie was, my show was so good, man. Every episode was that shit. No cap.
That Loki is a sorcerer.
No cap.
Magic taught to him by Frigga, who was an Asgardian witch, or is now. She's still alive in this timeline. Then a quick shot of someone running through this, or is now. She's still alive in this timeline.
Yeah.
Then a quick shot of someone running through this orange fogged eatery or a bar. It's got futuristic writing. Looks pretty cool. But then Loki as DB Cooper, the famous. It's got futuristic writing. Looks pretty cool. But then Loki as DB Cooper, the famous mystery man who hijacked a plane in 1971 and then parachuted out, never to be found. In this timeline, at least, the answer to that mystery was, it's a Loki. Now, last trailer, Loki jumped out saying,
Brother, I'm down. You'd better be ready.
By brother, he's referring to his brother Thor, and Loki is expected to appear in Thor Love and Thunder, so it sounds like this series will show exactly how Loki delivers on that promise to Thor in Infinity War.
I assure you, brother, the sun will shine on us again.
Alright, next clip.
You can trust me.
Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
Facts.
I'd never do it again.
I'd never do it again.
I love this. Here in the TVA cafeteria, they drink Boku fruit juice. Like,
he said, I'll never do it again.
Olivia's, it's another random relic from the past. An adult fruit juice in a 12-ounce box, memorable for its 90s ads with comedian Richard Lewis.
I want a Boku. I've had it. People invite me to a party, I'm bringing my own Boku.
You just imagine Mobius saying, oh, wow, you never heard of Boku? It's the best. They never should have discontinued it. Wow. And on to the last clip. Ah yes, finally, Loki stands with Mobius in the ancient city of Pompeii, moments before it was destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. We know it is Pompeii because in the other trailer, Roman numerals were visible reading LXXIX 79, the year Pompeii was destroyed. So, fingers crossed, Loki's adventure here sheds light on that mystery of the Satyr Square, the palindromic relic found in the ruins of Pompeii that inspired Christopher Nolan to make Tenet. We can expect Loki to be every bit as confusing and new rock stars to be here waiting for you with answers. Your savior has arrived! Yes, I am wearing our Falcon and Winter Soldier inspired Anarchy assembled shirt in limited supply. You can get it at our merch store, newrockstarsmerch.com.
Anyway, man, that was Loki trailer, man. Breakdown, Easter egg details you missed. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit I missed. You know what I'm saying? Only my other video, I only request, not request, but only said about was the Avenger and the other part. I forgot what I said, but y'all go check that out on my videos. You know what I'm saying? Down below, you know what I'm saying? Just keep scrolling down, you gonna see it. But yeah, man. But that was Loki trailer, man. Hey, let me know what y'all missed. Let me know in the comments. Y'all like the, like the video, man. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, y'all. But yeah, I'm out, y'all, man. And yeah, the show gonna be lit. It comes out in July. You know what I'm saying? So we got two more months. You feel me, man? Wait. Yeah, 2 more months. You know what I mean? And yeah. But yeah, I'm out, y'all, man. And yeah, I'm out. All right. Peace.